Which, you know, that on its own is fine. He took my money. If he takes my money, I just reset, because I don't know where else to get money, so. And it's only like 2.5 minutes in, so it's fine. But yeah, it's a weird mix of, like, in my head, it makes more sense to over-explain something that I'm doing. But as a kid, I did it because I didn't want people to, or, you know, I already knew I was weird, and I already knew I didn't make any sense, and I couldn't explain why. So, I kind of, the reason has changed as to why I do stuff like that, but there's also an element of, like, feeling like or thinking that I have to. Which, that's the other thing is, the only times I've had to genuinely defend myself is when people do ask. Or when people do question something I'm doing. But other than that, I don't really have to defend myself, which I think that's kind of what we're looking at. And no, I'm not defending myself right now, I'm just having a conversation. I'm already done defending myself. Plus, this is my stream. I can say whatever, well, almost anything I want. I think the worst things that would happen, though, is when there would be people who would tell me, you don't have to defend yourself on everything you do. But then they would also be the ones to question what I was doing. That's the worst, but I don't surround myself with people like that. I'm gonna walk the long way because I know they're gonna take my money if I try to fight them, so. I don't care if I lose a few seconds. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can live with that. You know, maybe this is something I should bring up with my therapist. Is I don't know if sometimes if I try to defend myself or I try to explain myself and I do it to prevent somebody from asking because I think they're gonna ask, or I think I'm gonna get questioned about something. But then that begs the question of, why do I care if they're gonna ask me something? Or why do I think that they're gonna do that? Bad fight. I've not been good at that fight tonight, but that's alright. Not what I wanted to do, but that works. Dang it. Actually, I don't know why I thought I could go that way. It's cause I'm talking and not focusing on the run. I can either focus on the run, or I can talk about stuff that's not related to this and lose time. You don't have to fight that guy, you can just move on. That's 6 seconds on this split. I'm not going to get any of that back. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm actually going to lose time. Go in the door. I swear there's 1 pixel on your character and there's 1 pixel on the door, and those have to align, I think. This game and its hitboxes just, they don't work. I don't know why I grabbed those items. I never use them. I think in my first PB I did. And I just, like, never ratted that out. I don't know if it's better to kill those skeletons or not. I think maybe if they're, like, right on your ass, maybe do it. But otherwise, doesn't really make much of a difference, I don't think. Back on my point about therapy, though, and, like, talking to my therapist about stuff. I am glad well, I mean, I'm glad I found another therapist, because he takes my insurance, but, his style of therapy is very different from what I'm used to. And the questions he asks are more, like, specific and more, like, strategic, I guess. Okay. Alright. How did I grab that potion and not kill the enemy? What? This game makes no sense. I'm going the wrong way because I'm distracted by how insane that was. Come on. Perfect. Damn. I did forget that you can jump. A couple runs back, I forgot that you actually can jump and shoot, or swing the sword there. I'm thinking about shooting because that's what we're doing right now, but... Okay, time to get some money. It's not helping that I named 3 of my splits shoot him. That's not helping with remembering things. Maybe if I were to type in splits of stuff to like actually remember, maybe I would, you know. Maybe I wouldn't be struggling. I don't know, just a thought. See, I'm still in a good mood. Kind of. I'm frustrated that this is... to be fair, I didn't know how long this game would take tonight, so I'm glad that, you know... Yeah. It'll be alright. Okay. Dude, if you didn't have to buy that second pistol, that would be a good time save. But, whatever. Gotta do what the run requires. Okay. I like Davey's little strut that he does if you walk to the side. I never mentioned that this entire night, but... He's just going about his day. His daydream, I should say. Yeah, in case you're wondering why all the set pieces are different, it's because Davey's daydreaming about stuff that he's supposed to be focused on school and their subjects, whatever, but he's daydreaming about history. So technically none of this is even happening. If you think it's weird, like, oh, like, all these people are trying to kill a kid, it's like, well, this is also a daydream, and it's also, you know... It's like that classic argument, it's a movie. Like, yeah, like, you know, a movie can be scary, or a movie can be bad, or a movie can be amazing, but it's like... It's not real, in any case. It's not actually happening. Like, it's, you know, it's a movie. Okay, let me put it this way. There are a couple of times in movie history where it is not just a movie. Where I've seen a couple of YouTube videos of people who are like, or they're talking about, you know, movies that shouldn't exist or whatever, or, you know, the darkest movies ever made, like that kind of thing. So I know of a couple of examples of cases where I do wonder how it was possible that people made certain movies at all, because it seemed illegal. But yeah, 99.5% of the time it's just a movie. I am going to play that a bit safe, just in case. Alright, I did not have to heal there, but whatever, it's fine. Sorry, I'm just running my mouth, because... y'all have seen this game a million times already tonight, so... Already starting with a dropped input. Good thing I had some apples still. I don't have any more apples though, that was it. I was gonna say, I'm like, did he give up? Like... I can't get across, buddy. You gotta fight me. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that too. So I'm not like... history was actually one of my worst subjects in school, because it was just too much to remember. But, I will say that, like... you know, there's times where I do... I don't know, I think... my stance on stuff like that, let's just put it this way, my stance on stuff like that is... if it's trying to accurately depict history, if it's purposely trying to depict history accurately, and then they use that excuse, I think it's a weak excuse. But if they're legitimately just... if it's like historical fiction, and they're legitimately just, you know, they know that it's not gonna be completely accurate, I can kind of look past it, I guess, is my argument. That being said, do not put too much stock into what I said there. Don't put too much stock into it, because I don't have that strong of an opinion on that. I think it kind of just depends. But no, my favorite time that anybody says it's a movie is Back to the Future, when... well, it's not in the movie, but Tom Wilson, he, in interviews or whatever, he's talked about... so, for anybody who doesn't know, Michael J. Fox was not the first choice for Marty McFly. They actually cast Eric Stoltz first. I think a lot of people know this, but I'm gonna talk about it anyways. But, after they filmed almost all the movie... and I think all of Eric's scenes, all of Marty's scenes. After they filmed that, they were looking at the footage and everything, and they're just like, this is not working. They fired Eric Stoltz, because he was not... he wasn't their first choice, first off, but they had to kind of... you know, they really had to work to get Michael J. Fox to... he wanted to do it, but he was also on Family Ties, and the Family Ties people were really stingy. So they worked out a deal to make it possible. That's why Michael J. Fox is in it. And the movie is infinitely better because of that. I would be curious to see Eric Stoltz footage, but I don't think that'll ever be released. But anyways, but Tom Wilson has said in interviews that, like, you know, there's fight scenes between Marty and Biff, and, you know, Michael J. Fox is doing what you're supposed to, which is they're just acting because they know we're filming a movie. This isn't that, you know, it's not serious or anything. But Eric Stoltz is a method actor, which that's fine if you're doing serious dramas or whatever. But if you're doing a frickin' comedy, which is what they wanted, like an action comedy, like, it's not that serious, Eric. So, like, Eric was actually fighting Tom in shots where Biff and Marty were fighting. And Tom had to, like, tell Eric, it's like, it's a movie. And I just love the way he says it, because it's like, yeah, like, a lot of the times it's perfect. There we go. A lot of the times that's genuinely all it is. It's just a movie. That being said, there's still some movies I'm traumatized by and don't want to watch. I know it's a movie, but, like, for one reason or another, I'm just like, okay, buy the pistol, buy the pistol, buy the pistol, buy the pistol. Forget what I'm talking about. It's not important. Buy the pistol, 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 buy it. Go to the store after this, go to the store, go to the store, go to the store, go to the store, go to the store. Go to the store, buy that pistol, buy it, it's $17. Got it. That's perfect, I think. Oh, equip the pistol? Alright, we're all set officially. Just don't... just don't screw up. Anyways, like I was saying, there's some movies I won't watch, or don't want to watch, because, yeah, too spooky for me. But I understand. It's a movie. I understand. It's just, yeah. I need to lock in here for a second, y'all. We did it. I saved 10 minutes, just about. I think my brother's trying to go to sleep, so I'm not going to scream, but...
Davey? Davey!
Thanks for the GG, Ashton. Welcome on in. What is... I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I would have gotten this time on that. On both of those runs that died on the last split, I don't think I would have gotten this time. So, I just jumped from last place to third to last place. Excellent. This split was bad, and Cyclops kill was bad, but the rest of it was pretty alright. Here, I'm gonna go to the end.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Press A to continue. Oh, it just resets. Okay. Okay. I'm glad that's over. That was fun. It's just frustrating because there were things that I'm like, oh, wait, I don't understand why this isn't working. And it's like, oh.